you're probably not ready to lose weight. You may say, oh, I just want to drop a couple pounds. But realistically, you haven't earned that right. An analogy we can think of when it comes to our health and fitness, it's thinking of a skyscraper. Imagine you have an area, you have a city somewheres where there's been many developers in the past who have came in and built skyscrapers there. Now, the only thing is this place, the city is in a dangerous location. 4 out of every 5 skyscrapers falls down within 5 years. The project fails, it falls down, it doesn't complete. 4 out of every 5, so that's 80%. The reason I'm using this number is because in weight loss, 80% or more of people gain back the weight they lose within 5 years. Now, why does this happen? Now, let's go back to the skyscraper. So these landlords, these developers are so excited about collecting the money from these buildings that they're in a rush to build them. So they immediately, they dig a little foundation, they rush through it, and then they start building up because they're thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna be rich. The mistake they make though is the higher you wanna go into the air, the deeper you must go into the ground to counterbalance that. In this analogy, it's someone who, imagine you for years have worked too much, you have slept not very good, you've drank a lot of alcohol, you eat a lot of ultra-processed foods, and you're just not a very healthy person. I'm sorry, but you're not. And then suddenly you decide it's time for me to build my skyscraper. And you decide I'm gonna go to CrossFit 5 times a week, and I'm gonna follow a diet, and I'm gonna lose 30 pounds and look like a Greek god. Doesn't work that way. Most people fail because they can't keep that up. Now, if you go back to the analogy of the skyscraper, if you know that 4 out of 5 buildings fail, would it not make sense to invest a little extra time and go down? You go deep into the ground. There's something called a pile foundation where you drill these big long beams, these piles into the ground, into the bedrock below. So then your building is that much more stable because it's rooted deep into the earth and the rock. Now the thing about this though, is this requires delayed gratification, which most people do not want to do. It means that you're gonna have to wait a while, you're gonna have to invest time and effort and money before you start to see immediate results. Now it's 2024, not many people wanna do that. But if you do that, so let's say as an example, if instead of immediately saying, I'm gonna lose weight. It's month 1, it's January, I'm gonna lose weight this month. You say, okay, well, maybe for the first 3 months, I'm gonna just get in the routine of going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I'm gonna dig that foundation. I'm gonna dig deep, 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 deep. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna focus on getting enough protein into my diet. I'm gonna dig, dig, dig. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm hitting 7, 10, 12,000 steps a day. Dig, dig, dig. Okay, finally, I'm gonna get my sleep schedule together. I'm gonna make sure I'm sleeping, going to bed within an hour of the same time every day, giving myself the opportunity to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. So now you have a big, huge hole dug. Maybe it took you 6 months to dig that. And you've drilled 4 piles in. You got sleep, you got protein, you've got strength training, and you've got steps. And these are habits now. Then you start to build your building up. Now you say 6 months in, hey, you know what? I wanna look better naked. I wanna lose some weight. I have a vanity goal now. That's not a bad thing, but you're building off that solid foundation now. So the chances of you being in that rare 10 to 20% that are successful are much higher because you did something that the vast majority do not do. You built a foundation. This is the analogy. If you want to build a skyscraper that lasts and stands the test of time in an area where 80% or more fail, you must do something that most are not willing to do. To do that, that means you're gonna have to invest some time up front. You're gonna get less in the first year than you think you will, but you'll get more in those 5 years after that. Now, if you take the shortcut and you do what everyone else does, you'll end up like everyone else, which is a population in North America that's getting fatter, sicker, and less happy by the year. So the choice is yours. Remember the skyscraper and don't cheap out on the phase of building your foundation.